Hey guys, Rick here from the Onside Kick, here to give you our Western Conference semifinals preview. And in this preview, I will be going over the matchup between the Los Angeles Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the Los Angeles Clippers come into this game after beating the Memphis Grizzlies in 7. And I just want to throw it out there that after Game 5, after the Clippers lost in Memphis, I thought the series was over. I thought that the Grizzlies were going to take momentum back and just clean sweep right from there. I was obviously wrong, and the Clippers did win in 7 to move on. The San Antonio Spurs are coming into the semifinals after clean sweeping the Utah Jazz. Jazz never even gave them any problems, and Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili able to coast right on by into the Western Conference semifinals. And just like the other semifinal series between the Thunder and the Lakers, the Spurs are coming into this series with a lot of rest. And I know in our first part of the Western Conference semifinals breakdown, I said that the rest for the Thunder is going to play huge dividends. Well, for the Spurs, multiply that by 1,000,000, because due to the age of the Spurs' big stars, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, having that much time off is like a godsend. I think that they're going to come out in the series ready to play even better than they came out and played in Game 1 of the first round. And for the Clippers, the only two players to average in double-digit points, CP3, Chris Paul, and Blake Griffin. I feel like the Clippers are just going to have to rely on Blake and CP3 too much in this series. And as we know, Blake Griffin hyperextended his knee in the first round. He'll still play. And Chris Paul, we're going to have to watch. He re-aggravated a groin injury in Game 5. So we'll see how these injuries affect the two big stars of the Clippers moving forward. But to me, I feel like I have to give the Spurs the upper hand in this one because of their star power up front and then what their bench can do behind them. You have Bonner, Splitter, DeJuan Blair. All these guys know how to come up big when their team needs it most. And on top of that, Coach Popovich didn't win Coach of the Year just because his team finished first in the Western Conference. He won Coach of the Year because he knows how to coach his players. On the other side of the ball, Vinny Del Negro, me as a Bulls fan, I know how he coaches. And for us, it ended with a bunch of 500 records and getting bounced in the first round. So, with me, I'm giving the upper hand to the Spurs. I'm going to give them so much of an upper hand that I am going to say Spurs in 4 games. I'm going to let that sit in for a little bit. I say that the Spurs will sweep by the Los Angeles Clippers and play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. Dave wanted me to give you his prediction. His is a little bit longer than mine. He says that the Spurs will win in 5 games. So don't forget to comment down below. Tell us what you think. Who's going to win? Will it be the Clippers, the Spurs, and who do you feel will have to come up big in this series for their respective teams to win this game? And last but not least, don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TheOnsideKick.